Pascal stay perfect? He confidently says he will do so impressively tonight. Omar Pittman, 25-year-old from Philly, or as he told us, North Philly, where he says waking up in the morning was enough to overcome. He is 15, 3-1 with 8 knockouts. And here is Jean Pascal, Haitian-born but raised in Montreal. He has starred in Montreal as a ticket-selling unbeaten contender. He was a Canadian Olympian and is now a perfect 20-0 with 14 knockouts. And the last time we saw Pascal was this past summer in Montreal. He was easily dismissing former world title challenger Kingsley Aikiki. Pascal seemed to have Aikiki hurt a few times. Still, the fight went the distance, with the Quebecois taking unanimous decision. Pascal is athletically gifted and improving.
I think I got more experience, you know. I got more experience. I know better my job. I know what I have to do in the ring. And also, I improve a lot of things. I improve my defense, my footwork. So I think right now I'm a complete boxer. I know my job better, and I will show you tonight.
Good crowd here to see Jean Pascal open up in South Florida, where so many snowbird Canadians come for the winter time, and they have come out to support Montreal's own Ring Magazine's 10th ranked super middleweight in the world. It is a scheduled 10-round fight, and Frankie Gentile is the referee.
Mouthpiece is in. Let's go.
Gentile waiting on Pascal, who's taking his sweet time to get our night started here.
Okay, you guys got your instructions in the dressing room, right? Here's the belt line, here's the belt line. Keep them above there, all right? Everything okay? You have any questions over here? Got any questions over here? Okay, listen to my commands at all times, all right? Protect yourself at all times, and good luck. God bless.
Let's look at the ring experience between Pascal and Pittman. You see the careers there, fairly the same, 20 fights to 19 fights. The KO percentage higher for Pascal. Let me also add that Pascal won Canadian national amateur titles from '98 to 2004, so he has the superior amateur pedigree, of course, a 2004 Olympian. So Pascal and Pittman set for round 1, scheduled for 10.
To be honest with you, not a lot with Pittman to get confident about for his chances to win tonight, at least in my estimation. Last fight, he had a split decision over a fight of 17 and 13. 2 fights ago, he fought a draw with a 16, 15, and 4 fighter, and he has a loss to a fighter 30 and 71. So I don't know if there's a lot to hang your hat on as far as confidence for Pittman with a talent like Pascal.
That was a slip moments ago. Pascal comes with a lead left hook. Keeping that left hand low. He's ranked in the top 10 of 3 major sanctioning organizations.
Pittman has been cut over both eyes in his last 2 fights.
He's cut over the right eye in his last fight, the left eye 2 fights ago.
Pascal has a lot of physical ability, a lot of speed, a lot of confidence. What he doesn't have a lot of is a lot of natural power, and technically not the most solid guy, although he is getting better in that area. But when you have that kind of talent and that kind of speed, you can break the rules, Joe, and you can get away with it. And Pascal is used to getting away with breaking rules.
Double jab, tried to come back with the right hand. Instead, it was Pittman who returned fire. Heard Pascal say earlier that he really has to show the world who he is. Wants to show the level of talent that he has. Edison Miranda very outspoken in the lead up and build up of this promotion, saying, who is Jean Pascal? And thus Pascal, you heard the comment he made, I better go install cable at his home.
Well, if you're an opponent of Pascal, I'll tell you who he is. He's a guy that's very fast, but he's a guy who jumps in from too far away, and he's a guy that you need to be set to punch as he jumps in. That's who he is, and that's all he should be if you're his opponent.
As he did right there.
You don't look just at the strengths of somebody. If you're fighting them, you want to know where are they weak.
Pascal comes in, 3-punch series. Coming to the end of round number 1 here on Friday Night Fights.
I asked you at home, is this technically a knockdown? Look at Pittman. He throws a left hook behind the ear. He's off balance, Pascal, but look right there. His glove. Well, technically, that could be ruled a knockdown. It is on the canvas.
Pittman came in and kind of landed with the forearm there, but Frankie Gentile rolled it a slip. Round number 2, the undefeated Jean Pascal in the burgundy, taking on 25-year-old Philly fighter Omar Pittman. Caught him with 2 left hooks that time. Pittman showing aggression here, and he caught him that time, and he goes down.
3, 4, 5, 6, all right? 7, 8. Walk to me. Go right in my hair. Let's go.
We talked about earlier Pascal jumping in and leaving holes. Well, that was Pittman throwing from too far away, as he did right there, but he didn't pay a price, and he got caught a counter left hook.
Pittman has only been stopped once in his career. This is his 20th fight.
See, Joe, if you're the fast guy, tremendously fast like Pascal, and you jump in from too far away, chances are you may get away with it. But if you're Pittman, and you're the opponent for Pascal, and you jump in from too far away without that great speed, chances are you don't get away with it. And he did. Look for counter punches from Pascal. Where they come when the opponent leads a little too wide. And there they are again.
That is a slip.
Right here. Hey, hey. Push it. Let's go.
Frankie Gentile warning Pascal when they tangled on the inside there for pushing Pittman down.
Pittman's got a problem right now. If he lays back, he gets beat by the speed of Pascal, gets beat to the mark, and if he jumps in, he gets countered.
Pascal waiting for a moment and then coming in with a 1-2. Goes to the body with a right hand. Pittman now against the ropes.
Well, Pascal has shown that he can hurt Pittman.
Oh, good left hand lands. Pittman withstands it.
Again, Pascal not a natural puncher, and I think you see it here. But what he is natural is with talent. And the greatest talent is his speed.
Gives you the sense he's trying to draw him in here.
Pascal has 2 windows of offense, Joe. You lay back, he'll get off, he'll beat you to the mark. If you come in, well, he'll do what he did this round here, counter.
Scored a knockdown in this round. We'll see it when we come back. More to come.
Hey, man.
10-2 in his corner. White triplet. In that second round, Pascal able to get to him.
A little help from his opponent. And that's what I mean. Right there, you see Pittman reaching in. Take one more look at it. Pittman reaches in with the right hand. He's out of position, leaning forward, loads up with a big left hook, and he eats the left hook from Pascal.
25-year-old Omar Pittman. He celebrated his birthday last weekend. Big challenge ahead of him here. Round 3 scheduled for 10 against the unbeaten Jean Pascal, who is hoping he gets through tonight, still with an unblemished mark, and then can get a big money fight in June against Edison Miranda if Edison Miranda is victorious in our main event. Pascal blasts that off. Pittman tries to dig into that belt line.
Well, we knew that it figured to be 2 different levels of talent here. With Pittman, the lower level. Plenty of heart and gamemanship, from Pittman, but a different class.
There's that big left hand again, showing the speed differential. And now Pascal on the attack, and Pittman with a series of sweeping right hands, none of which hit the mark.
Ali used to say you cannot hit what your eyes cannot see. With Pascal, you can't hit the person that you don't know where he's going to be. And for Pittman, that is the key to solving this problem. I think Pittman should probably feint Pascal, get him to move where he knows where he's going to be, and then try to hit him. Not just reach out for him. It's like roping in the dark.
Want to remind you, we will be visiting with #1 heavyweight in the world, Vladimir Klitschko, live here in South Florida, plus Alan Green in studio, and Edison Miranda, David Banks in our main event. Another left hand from Pascal lands. Back to the jab now for the unbeaten Montreal-based contender.
See, that's the problems that Pascal causes for you. You become a little tentative because you try to get inside, you get a little over anxious, you get countered with those quick left hooks. You lay back, you think about it a little bit, and while you're laying back, Pascal, he just beats you to the mark.
Jean Pascal maintaining control early on against Omar Pittman. End of 3.
I started riding horses. Nickel alert.
There is Edison Miranda, always entertaining the power puncher, getting ready for his main event tonight against David Banks. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas with you. Round number 4, Jean Pascal, undefeated, 20-0, looking to set up a date with Edison Miranda, and so far in control against the 25-year-old Philly-based fighter Omar Pittman. Pascal able to score a knockdown in round number 2 with a left hook.
Pittman hasn't had enough problems already tonight, having been on the floor in the second round. The worst may still lay ahead. He's never been past 8 rounds. So that's in his mind, too. I have to deal with this undefeated, confident fighter with all the speed in the world. And in order to have a chance to deal with it, I might have to go to a place I've never been before. Not a lot of positive thoughts in the mind of Pittman right now.
Let's look at Teddy Atlas's scorecard. Of course, the 10-8 second round. So Pascal out in front, 30-26.
That right eye we talked about that Pittman had cut in his last fight, starting to redden.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
Pittman trying to get to the inside. That left hand lingered low for a moment. Now pressures Pascal for a moment. And at the end of this round, we will visit with the #1 heavyweight in the world, Vladimir Klitschko. It's like heavyweight row here ringside. Sultan Ibragimov, Jameel McCline, Oliver McCall. Always here in South Florida, so many of the big names come out for Friday night fights.
See what speed and talent do to you? A moment ago, Pittman threw a couple jabs. Normally after the jab, something would come. But he was not sure of himself whether or not he should throw anything else. Because when he's done it in the past, he's eaten leather with the quick counter punches from Pascal. You could see the body language right there of the man in purple. I'm not sure myself. Pittman very game,
See the speed of Pascal there again.
but not very sure of what to do.
Still searching for the answers. Omar Pittman as we come to the end of 4 here with Jean Pascal in South Florida. And we are so pleased to be joined here ringside by the IBF champion Vladimir Klitschko, who's preparing for his February 23rd unification bout at Madison Square Garden against Sultan Ibragimov. Training down here in South Florida, Vladimir. I heard you've been sparring with middleweight Andy Lee.
That's
How's
right.
that going for you, and what are you getting out of that?
This is great for speed. And you know, in boxing, speed kills, actually. So you have to be fast even if you're heavyweight. And such as sparring partners like Andy Lee's are perfect.
Sounds like Teddy's fight plan for this fight.
Well, you see an example of that speed right there with the undefeated Canadian. You know, just much quicker than his other fighters. Has Andy Lee become a satellite yet? Have you launched him? Should we start looking for him on the internet somewhere?
Maybe he's watching us, and I'll see him this Sunday. He's coming to the camp this Sunday.
Good. What kind of fight are we in store for? What kind of fight do you think this is going to be, you against Ibragimov?
This is first unification since 1999. Holyfield against Lennox Lewis at Madison Square Garden. That's going to be another one. And of course I'm excited about this unification because that's what I was looking for, and Ibragimov too. So both of us will give everything to win this fight.
How does it feel to be fighting a fellow countryman? I mean, that's, you know...
In the ring, actually, it doesn't matter. So I'm ready to fight, and I'm ready to unify the titles. Of course, he's a very experienced fighter, and he won silver medal 2000 Olympics. And actually all of his fights, almost all of his fights, he won by KO. So he's maybe shorter than I, but he's fast, he's experienced, he is champion of the world.
Well, one thing that's interesting, you just touched on it, he might not match up with you, obviously, in pro experience, but amateur experience, he matches up pretty close with you.
That's true. So he went to the finals at the Olympics. Unfortunately, he lost at the Olympics in the finals, but anyway, it's very difficult to get to the finals, but he did it.
More of the same here in round number 5 from Jean Pascal in the burgundy trunks, undefeated Montreal-based fighter, taking on Omar Pittman. A night of super middleweights here on Friday Night Fights. Alan Green in studio, 7th in the world. Edison Miranda still to come. And ranked number 10 in the world right in front of you is Jean Pascal. 3 consecutive left hooks from Pascal. Joe and Teddy glad to be joined by Vladimir Klitschko, the IBF champion, who's preparing for his February 23rd bout against Sultan Ibragimov. Good right hand from Pascal. Let me ask you this, because you received some criticism in the course of the past year. What is your reaction from the criticism from fight fans and some of the media who say that your 2007 was just too easy and it didn't really offer up anything to the sport?
I can't give you any comments on it. I did everything what I have to do in the ring. I won my fights, and that's what I'm going to do in the next years because I want to be undisputed champion. It's very difficult to accomplish this goal, and I understand that I have to work hard. Sometimes the fights go fast in the heavyweight division, but you know what I can do for it? You just do whatever.
But what about the quality of the opponent, though? I mean, you committed to, at this point, unifying titles, best fighting the best?
Actually, Ray Austin, that was the first fight in last year in March. He became #1 at IBF, so I have to fight him, and he won actually by Ibragimov. And so the second fight was Lamont Brewster, actually the guy who beat me 3 years or 4 years ago. So that this fight was important to me too. And to win this fight as soon as possible, important too.
We wish you all the best come February. Thank you so much for visiting with us.
And maybe I want to announce also certain things, because this fight at Madison Square Garden, 23rd of February, going to be also a charity event. You can go on Klitschko.com and buy for $199 your name on my boxing rope.
Thanks,
and the money going to charity.
Good luck. Thanks for being with us. Vladimir Klitschko, IBF champion. Thank you, Brian.
Come on, guys, come on.
Readying ourselves for round number 6. Jean Pascal in this fight against Omar Pittman has landed 89 of 259 total punches. So glad to be joined by the 7th-ranked super middleweight in the world, Alan Green. Sweetness, we saw you last week, victorious on Friday Night Fights. This week, you get to break down and analyze guys who may be your future competition and guys who have been very outspoken in your direction. So give me your assessment so far of Jean Pascal.
Just like I said before, Jean Pascal is, he has a lot of athletic ability, but I think you shouldn't equate that with having the ability to fight, because he has a lot of athletic ability, a lot of physical gifts. But as far as boxing skill and doing the right things in the ring, I really can't see. This Omar Pittman guy, I'm not sure if he even showed up to win the fight because he's reluctant to punch. I mean, and the reason being, obviously, because of Pascal's speed. But he doesn't have the athletic ability or the boxing skill to take advantage of the mistake that Pascal's are making.
Alan, you're absolutely right. There's no comparison to the two talents here. But when you're in there with a faster guy, there is one thing that can kind of even the playing field, and that's timing. The only shot Pittman would have would be able to maybe sit back and time Pascal coming in. But right now, it doesn't look like he has the confidence to do that, does it?
No, he doesn't. I believe his spirit has been broken. And like I said, I'm not sure what kind of attitude he had coming into the fight. I think his spirit's been broken. He seems a little uninspired. I think Pascal's speed has kind of, discouraged him a bit. And I'm not sure if he's even that kind of fighter, Teddy. You know, looking at his record and his history, I'm not sure if he's a thinking fighter, if he's even sure about or knows how to time him coming in or is even ready to do it. You know, I'm not sure if he's even into the fight mentally.
Good stuff, Alan. Enjoy your night with Brian there. We'll visit with you later on. Of course, Edison Miranda coming up, and Alan Green's career partially defined by Edison Miranda. He is coming up in our main event against David Banks.
It looks like right now, body language and everything else, that Pittman's like a guy that's just teetering on the edge of a cliff. And it's up to Pascal to just give him that little push over the cliff.
See if that push can come in the next few moments as Pascal puts out his hands and said, come on, engage. End of 6.
Here's a counter left hook. There's a lead left hook. There's a hook off a jab. There's a sneaky quick hook. And they all belong to one man, the undefeated Pascal.
And that's the man taking the damage. The young Philly fighter, Omar Pittman. Swollen and bruised right eye. And lacking confidence in the last couple rounds. In fact, let's look at the punch track numbers for the last 2 rounds. The average punches landed the last 2 rounds. Pascal enjoying a 21-7 advantage.
You know, when Mike Tyson was right, when he was Mike Tyson, which he had
good left hook again, Teddy.
For many years, a lot of times guys would say, hey, you in there with a guy way below your talent. And you know what he used to say? Yeah, but I did what I was supposed to do with a guy way below my talent. I got rid of him. Right now, it's almost at that point where it's up to Pascal. If he wants to go to that next level and be thought of in that next level, you know what? He's got a guy with less talent. Do what you're supposed to do. Get rid of him.
And when we talked to him leading up to this fight, he seemed to really be conscious of that, understanding that that's what he has to do to impress. Obviously, a clean shutout on Teddy's scorecard, including the 10-8 second round when he scored that knockdown. So let's see if Pascal can do what Teddy says he should do and get rid of Omar Pittman and really stamp this victory and make it known that he is ready for that next step, the likes of Edison Miranda.
And you know, to do that, Joe, Pascal doesn't need any more talent. He's shown plenty of talent. To do that, you need something else. You need that desire inside you to go to that extra place. To say, I'm not satisfied with just winning this fight. I want to shine. Matter of fact, I want to create a fire in that ring. And that means going a little beyond.
Good, accurate, stinging jab from Jean Pascal. That adds. Oh, he just went back with a left hook. Where did that come from Omar Pittman?
Well, I tell you where it came from. It came from a little timing. Pittman timed Pascal as he steps back. We talked about Pascal having a lot of talent, but technically breaking a lot of rules. One of the rules he breaks, he steps back with his hands down. He paid a price.
And he just hung on moments ago. And let's see if he's steady at all still. But what a turnaround by Pittman. Comes in with a left hook again, now trying to chase down Pascal. The undefeated 20-0 Jean Pascal all of a sudden turns south.
Again, you can't beat speed if you're not as fast. But if you can time a guy who's fast, and that's exactly what Pittman did.
Wow, good stuff in the 7th round.
Now take a look at this left hook. It's coming right up now from Pittman. And right there, you can see, and we'll take another look. Watch Pascal. He's got the habit of stepping straight back, and those hands are low. And when the hands are low, and once again, he steps straight back, right hand down, and the left hook of Pittman finds the mark.
And back in the locker room, watching this fight, is Edison Miranda, who, of course, could be lining up a big fight against Pascal. If Pascal can hang on down the stretch here. 3 rounds to go. Pascal did not land a punch in the last 65 seconds of that 7th round. He was hanging on.
And he's being tested a little bit right now. Not so much physically, because he's been way ahead in his fight, and physically he hasn't been taken into any trenches. But mentally, his confidence is being tested. And now a headbutt, it looks like.
And now confidence from the upset-minded Pittman.
His ability to behave like a fighter, even when things are going poor, is being tested with Pascal right now. And after all, that's the most important ability a fighter possesses.
Pascal clearly affected. He's been blinking that right eye for the better part of this opening minute here in round number 8. He was stunned in round 7. And Pittman, more the aggressor now. He was lingering almost to the point where you thought he was going to go away. He had almost checked out mentally, and then with one punch, Pittman finds himself.
We're in the midst, Joe, of the playoffs in football. And I think that's relative right now in this fight, because for Pittman to be able to continue on a path to possibly get a victory, he needs to be a quarterback right now. And what I mean by that is, you know, quarterbacks, they always lead their receivers, right? They don't throw it to where they are. They throw it beyond where they are, where they can catch up to it. Right now, Pittman needs to throw those punches behind Pascal and let Pascal pull right back into one. And maybe he can get a big score.
Pascal now getting back to the jab. 3 consecutive jabs from Pascal. Pittman now charging in. Pascal misses that time, trying to time the left hook. Back to the jabs. Comes in with a right hand. Pittman taking steps forward. Comes in with a right hand. The punch track numbers here. In round number 8, Pittman a 14-8 connect advantage. Pascal off balance. Pittman unable to take advantage. Still stalking his prey.
So if you're Pittman, more importantly, maybe if you're Pittman's corner man, you need to understand your man needs a knockout to win, or at least a couple knockdowns in these last couple rounds. So you have to concentrate on one thing. That one thing, I believe, is catching Pascal as he pulls back.
It has gotten interesting. 6 minutes.
There it is. Look at it. There it is. The right hand. We just finished saying Pittman's best shot was to catch Pascal as he steps out. And that that was not the shot we wanted to show you. I believe that was the shot of her headbutt earlier on in the round. But we will get a chance to show you that punch at the end of the round by Pittman. The right hand as Pascal pulled back with his hands down. The punch that, Joe, I believe, won the round for Pittman.
This is turning into a great comeback story. Omar Pittman, who early on in this fight seemed completely overmatched against the speedy, undefeated, top 10 ranked Jean Pascal. Then all of a sudden, he lands a left hook in the 7th round, and momentum is now his. The tough Philly fighter from North Philly who said he was a troubled kid and made a decision to fight at age 14. He said he never thought he would make it this far as a pro fighter. Now he could be making it this far with a sensational upset if he can keep connecting shots like that. Who knows where this could go?
Only to go where Pittman now takes it. If he continues to concentrate on that one corridor, he found a corridor that might lead to a little sunlight when it looks so bleak.
Last 2 rounds, the only 2 that he was won. But Pascal was hurt in that 7th round. Now Pascal lands a right hand and tries to come forward with it again.
Again, if you're the slow man, man in purple's the slow man, you can't meet the speed of the other guy, but you can time the other guy. You can take advantage of technical flaws in the other guy, and that's what Pittman has done the last 2 rounds. He's timed Pascal as he steps straight back with hands down, and he just missed trying it again.
Just missed timing that right hand. Now Pascal looks for a left hook of his own. Pittman missed with the right uppercut. There's a left hand from Pittman that lands. Pascal back to the jab. Good stuff here down the stretch run of this scheduled 10-rounder.
Well, 2 things going on here. Pittman has been regenerated, has been shot with a boost of confidence, when earlier he looked like a man being led to the gallows. And again, he is timing the fast of Pascal. Just watch him. He either allows Pascal to come in, and then he looks to time him as he comes at him, or he steps with Pascal.
That's what he had success with in the 7th round. Waiting on him now. Pascal comes in, misses with that series of shots. 1 to go.
Yeah. Oh, we wanted...
This is the end of round 8 there, Joe. And this is where Pascal got caught a right hand and got staggered a little bit as he stepped back, again, with the hands down.
10th and final round. Jean Pascal in the burgundy is trying to work his way towards a showdown with Edison Miranda, who's coming up in our main event. Of course, if Edison Miranda can win, he was in complete control of this fight. And then all of a sudden, Omar Pittman turned things around with a left hook that staggered Pascal in round number 7. And things have tightened up on Teddy's scorecard, 87-83. Obviously, he needs, on Teddy's scorecard, the knockout to win, but momentum has been on his side. And Teddy, you have pointed out the opportunities that exist for him.
And you know what this also speaks loudly about, Joe, to our young aspiring fighters out there, and of course our great audience of fans, that no matter how much talent you have, that's only part of the equation to being a top fighter and ultimately a world champion. Technically, you have to have a sound base to carry that talent. And there are some holes in the technical base of Pascal. A couple of them, he steps back with his hands down. He pulls straight back. Sometimes he admires his work when he finishes punching. Sometimes he depends on reflexes and pure ability more than good teaching.
That's been the rep. Athletic, but fundamentally flawed and needs to grow and develop more. Our studio guest analyst tonight, Alan Green, has been saying that about Jean Pascal, and I'm sure many critics are now going to emerge after seeing some of his moments here tonight against Omar Pittman, but give Pittman credit.
Well, there's something else you need to be a champion, and that's the ability to persevere, to overcome, to continue thinking the way a fighter must think, even when shadows of doubt get inside that ring. And that is being tested and maybe developed tonight for Pascal.
Part of the process and climbing up that mountain to the top. Taking the next step in development, having experiences like this. Pittman has slowed here in this final round.
It's almost as though Pittman has said, you know, it's the last round. It's okay for me now just to concentrate on surviving. I have done myself well by showing that I came to at least fight.
And now a series of headshots from Jean Pascal. Pittman trying to fire back as they go at it to close out this 10th round. It ended up being a good fight in the second half. Pittman showed guts. Pascal showed speed and athleticism. And soon we will get a showing of Edison Miranda. We will hear from the judges when we come back to Friday Night Fights. Remember, Jean Pascal said, I have to show the world who Jean Pascal is tonight. I think we got a very good look at him, both the good and the bad. The good came early on, Teddy, with the left hooks.
Yes, it did. And again, you saw a lot of them. You saw a good counter one there that put Pittman on the floor. You saw a short, sneaky, explosive one right there. And then Pittman said, hey, I'm in this fight too, you know. And I can land the left hook. And how did he do it? Well, for the most part, he did it by timing the fast of Pascal. Timing Pascal as he came in and timing as he went out. And in the 10th round, well, they both just let their hands go. First, it was the quicker Pascal. And then it was a little slower, but determined Pittman doing a little bit of a turn, pulling his trunks up and saying, hey, nobody expected me to be here. But here I am at the end of the last round.
The Just for Men Punch Track fight recap. As you look at those numbers in that 10th round, Pascal had a 20-9 connect advantage. You see 172 to 123 overall. Body shots fairly even. Headshots not. 130 to 79 advantage Pascal. Teddy Atlas's scorecard reads this way: 97-92 for the unbeaten Jean Pascal. Let's send it up to the ring to Bob Alexander.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Judges Don O'Neill and Rocky Young both score the bout 98-91. Judge Mike Pernick scores the bout 97-92. For the winner by unanimous decision, Jean Pascal.
So Jean Pascal moves to 21-0 and stamps his ticket to a potential showdown with Edison Miranda, who is still to come in our main event.